I scratch words in the ashes of fire forlorn with char-ended stick, and my thinking drifts this way and that, before and after, probing fogs receding past uncertain future. Alt way back, two stick-legged girls, well raised it seemed and serious, though known when alone to each the other off to set. Divergent paths, but the crows are masters, teaching me a thing or two about the ruggedness of hope, the thickedness of blood. Mayhap I should have stayed in the game, improving from inside, but that not my temperament, no taking prisoners. And so the future is not as uncertain as I pretend to think. The harbour side, his favoured place of late, to think, to contemplate, somewhat detached from prying lens and microphone, and home to those that regional had left behind, and that he yearned for too, forsook, to solve his bind. That evening, a gangly, drunken fellow, brown-bagged, bottle-tippling, weaving, almost falling over side, now drawing close, and Stephen's privileged gaze averting. Sensed the alcoholic breath, companionate railings to his left, the voice much softer than led to expect, the spectre come to haunt. They both were on the list. She, Mary's sister, pulled the plug and on the run. Now time is precious. Would he help her spring her sister? Under bridge tomorrow night at 10. She had a base but needed him, and felt she knew that he could not but join her. Next day was one of gloom, as if he always knew his head would end in lion's jaw, despite the tugging of the trappings of his life of power. Unconscious was the tower of strength that bent all else to moral will, and bitter pill of sacrifice already on his lips, as with one sweeping look he left his penthouse flat for good. He walked for miles, briefcase in hand, circuitous, but on the stroke of 10 was situated under bridge along with harbour jetsam, needles suffering, stench abounding, next to Martha androgynous. In whispers nodding found a quiet spot, and through his beacon splashing so no easy trace, she drove in clapped out heap to wretched place, but safe and cleansed from regional. Her eyebrow raised as Casey opens, smiling, feeling gadgets shining. Nanny slowly rising, panic, algorithms buzzing, lines of information branching, possibilities factorial in search for missing asterisks. Sock Psych had vanished in a crowd, and Tech Chief last seen harbourside with limping drunk, mayhap a suicide and drowned, alerting all authorities that something may be up, go down. Martha, Stephen in retreat of 2 rooms, stealing time as human souls broke free from chains of Nan, recounting tales of Mary, and with admiration feeling in their hearts the foresight she procured, the suffering endured. And sides the intimate, they hack and stitch their plan in place, compromising silently, connections linking institution, holding Mary with both local leader, Nanny. Finally, they push the button, fingers crossed that humans as predictable as circuits of computers.